What's up, guys? It's me. So pretty much today I'm gonna be coming to you guys with a favor to ask. So essentially, I've had an idea for a long time. Okay, now it's really gross. I got a spider bite on my arm, but anyway. So basically, if you think about it, there's three main types of pistols or sidearms, if you will. There's the gas or CO2, whatever, whichever system you prefer, gas or CO2. Essentially, they work the same. Okay, essentially, that's it. The only difference is that the propane or the whatever kind of gas you're using depends on, what kind of gun, but it fills into the magazine, where in the case of the CO2, you just drop a CO2 cartridge in there, and it works. Okay, now the second one is electric. There's a couple different, pretty much, it's hard to say. Okay, I figured there's two different types of these. There's two different types of electrics. There's the kind that kind of works like a miniature AEG, and most of the time, no, they are not blowback. Actually, they are almost never blowback. The ones that work like AEGs. And then there's the other type, which is a little bit cheaper. They usually run off the AAA batteries, and they are blowback a lot of times. You can get them really cheap, but they're not much more than one of the cheap little spring pistols. But then you go, I'm trying to just but then what you do is you go and then you take a spring pistol, is the last one. And whenever you think of a gas pistol, you kind of think of real airsoft, not the kind of little kids playing with clear plastic guns with ridiculously bright orange flash hiders. You kind of think of a more serious sport. You actually think of it as a sport, let alone just something to laugh at whenever little kids say they play airsoft. Now, what if you could take, now I drew a kind of brief little diagram of how a spring pistol works. I know that's horrible, I know it's not going to be completely on, but essentially you have a spring guide, a spring, a piston, a cylinder, and then a piston, or is that a piston head? I don't know. A cylinder nozzle. And then you have your huff up, and then your barrel, and then your magazine, and magically this one just feeds up like that. But essentially, what I was thinking, what if you could take a spring pistol and make it where it was semi-auto? Okay, now I guess then if you could do that, then the next step would be to make it full auto. That's where I got bit on my arm. But essentially, what I was thinking is, what if you went and attached the piston to the slide, and maybe it would work that way. Cock it the first time and pop, 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 you're good to go. Kind of like on a gas gun. Okay, but essentially, the big problem I found with that idea is it would not work. Okay, it would essentially slam the slide forward, thus not working. But then again, it would work if you reversed it around. And what I mean by that is made it where essentially you're making a suicide gun, where basically you're holding it, the handle's switched around, and you pull the trigger and boom, you get shot. It would work on that kind. It would, in theory. It should work on there. But the problem is, I don't know very many people who carry a gun, a sidearm, in an airsoft game to simply shoot themselves with. It doesn't happen very often, I don't believe. Maybe in some other countries, but not really here in the U.S. But essentially, I was coming to you guys to see what you think. Do you think it would be, maybe it would be possible if you could take and elongate maybe make this slide bigger and elongate everything's backwards, but elongate the piston head where it could actually wrap around. And do you guys think that would work? Me personally, I'm an optimist person. I think it could work. I truly do. If I think that the spring and piston itself could very easily pull back your slide and load another BB. Just think about that though. So instead of this, let me get my magic pencil. It's not magic, but whatever. Let me flip over my paper. Let me draw a quick little diagram. So figure we'll have a basic rectangle as a slide. Then what you do is we will have a spring guide, say maybe even halfway in there. You'd have to figure out some way to do it, but then you have your spring, your piston, your cylinder, and then this is where stuff gets crazy. You have it here, and it will wrap around to your hop-up system, where it will then load a BB into your barrel, and you will shoot. It's weird how it makes that weird noise. And then essentially you shoot. So visualize this, okay? There is your spring guide right there. There's your spring. There's your piston, which is attached to the slide. Then there's your cylinder. There is your nozzle that actually wraps around underneath. It goes in a U type, and then it goes to your barrel. And then pretty much you cock it once, which would actually be very weird. You'd have to cock it you'd have to actually cock it this way, I guess. But anyway, in short, what it would do is instead of going backwards, it would actually go forward. Now, this actually reminds me of a gun from a video game. If any of you remember Black Ops 1, there's that weird little submachine gun. Whenever you shoot it, it looks like the slide is going forward instead of backward. So that's what I think. This video is incredibly long, so if you guys stayed with me, thank you, and please subscribe. That's about it. So tell me what you guys think of that system, okay? And don't you go be stealing it, because this is patented. See you guys later.